In this courtroom video, a routine plea hearing quickly turns into a tense and frustrating exchange between Judge Simpson and defendant Mr. Hampton. The hearing begins with the court attempting to finalize a plea agreement involving two misdemeanor charges, aggravated assault and attempted resisting and obstructing. At first, everything appears to be moving normally as the judge carefully explains the defendant's rights and the possible consequences of accepting the plea deal. However, the situation starts to unravel when Judge Simpson asks standard questions to confirm that the plea is being made voluntarily. Instead of answering directly, Mr. Hampton becomes defensive and argumentative. He accuses the judge of threatening him simply for explaining the legal penalties he could face if he violates the terms of the agreement. The courtroom atmosphere quickly becomes tense as the defendant repeatedly avoids giving clear answers. Things become even more complicated when the court asks Mr. Hampton to explain what happened during the assault incident. Rather than admitting guilt as required for the plea, he suddenly claims that he was actually the victim and acted in self-defense. His statements directly contradict the plea agreement and create confusion about whether he is truly accepting responsibility for the charges. Judge Simpson remains patient throughout the exchange but eventually makes it clear that the court cannot proceed unless the defendant provides consistent and truthful answers. As the hearing continues to break down, Mr. Hampton's attorney steps in and requests more time to speak privately with his client. The judge agrees to pause the plea process and schedules future court dates so the defense can reassess the situation before moving forward.
Ashley Bashir on behalf of Mr. Hampton. And in addition to addressing the case directly, we would like to address bond and request that a condition, specifically the home confinement tether, be reconsidered.
Okay, I'll get to that maybe at some point.
Good, thank you. Yeah.
Right now, I'm trying to get these pleas done.
Thank you.
So my understanding is he's going to plead to count in case ending in 1596. He's going to plead to count 2.
Yes.
Correct? With count 1 being dismissed. That's going to be a guilty plea. Correct, counsel?
Yes.
All right. Then on the other matter, I have a plea form that indicates that the defendant will be pleading guilty to an added count 2 of attempted resisting and obstructing the 1-year offense. Upon a successful plea to that charge, count 1, the resisting and obstructing would be dismissed. And there is an agreement that the defendant is to go to mental health court. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement. May I have the defendant's sworn?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Yeah. State your name. Brandon Hampton. All right.
And man, it is this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to 2 misdemeanor offenses. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. The first one, in the case ending in 1596, is the charge of aggravated assault. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and a $1,000 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You also understand in that case that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Barr in the 14A2 District Court. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And understanding that on that case, do you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
All right. On the other case, it says court's understanding you're going to plead guilty to the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration or $1,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand also that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Balbo in the 15th District Court. You understand that?
Why are the judges different, Your Honor?
Why are the judges different? Because these allegedly occurred in two separate places. The case that we're just talking about with Judge Balbo, the offense took place in the city of Ann Arbor. And the other case happened in maybe the city of Ypsilanti or, yes, in Ypsi City, it looks like. I'm sorry, Ann Arbor Township. Okay, so they occurred in two separate jurisdictions. Okay, that's why you have two separate judges. But what's going to happen, I think this is probably really the crux of your question. You're going to go to mental health court on these, right?
Yeah.
So Judge Valvo is actually in charge of mental health court. So when that case goes over to her, that will be where it is. You'll have to go before Judge Barr. Judge Barr will do the initial part of the sentencing and then place you on probation to be supervised by the mental health court. Follow that? So it's just a little bit of a process. Both cases, it's anticipated, are going to end up in the same spot.
Okay.
Okay. You got that? Any other questions on that?
I guess it's not like possible for the other case just to go to Valville as well.
It will get there. It just can't go directly that way.
Okay.
Okay.
For sure.
Anything else? Trust me, we do this all the time. It'll get there. So it'll catch right up to it. Okay. All right. Any other questions you have?
Just the one about bond, but
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. All right. So understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty to these charges?
yeah,
Okay. So to the charge of aggravated assault, how do you plead?
guilty.
To the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yeah.
All right. You signed an advice of rights form, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions regarding any of those rights?
No.
All right. You see a copy on the podium. Look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
Yes.
Were you on probation at the time of these offenses?
No.
All right. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead to these charges?
No.
All right. Anybody threaten you or coerce you in any way?
Kind of.
Hey, what do you mean, kinda?
I don't want to go to jail again, Your Honor.
Okay, but did somebody threaten you to plead?
Yeah, with jail time, Your Honor.
Okay, but who did that?
Hmm?
Voluntarily?
Yes.
Of your own free will?
Yes.
And because you believe that you're guilty of these offenses?
Yes.
All right. We'll start with case 1596. Paperwork. So, okay, Mr. Hampton, on the date of August 29, 2024, at Washtenaw Community College in Ann Arbor Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, do you recall what happened on that date regarding a Vladimir, is it Parahorov?
I don't know, Your Honor.
All right. Did you get into a fight with somebody?
Oh, I know what happened. I don't know what his name is. It sounded like
Okay. Why don't you tell me what happened? Did you do anything before that?
no.
Okay.
It wasn't until there were 4 people on top of me, and I was fearing for my life that I bit him, Your Honor.
Okay. So here's what I'll do. If you guys want to change, I'm not suggesting if you guys want to change things to a no contest. If you want to do whatever, what I will do is I'm back up at 1. I'll call it back up at 1. I think everybody's still going to be here. So, and give you a chance to talk with him, decide whether or not you want to do no contest, please explain what a no contest, go through all of that with him, and then see if we can get this done.
Thank you very, very much, Your Honor. Appreciate it. Thank you.
This is a prime example for me of no good deed goes unpunished. All right, so we'll call it back up at that point. Quarter past.
This courtroom video shows a tense exchange between Judge Simpson and defendant Mr. Hampton during what was supposed to be a routine plea hearing. The court attempts to finalize a plea deal for misdemeanor assault and resisting charges, but the situation quickly becomes complicated when Mr. Hampton starts arguing with the judge and giving unclear answers. As Judge Simpson explains the legal consequences of the plea agreement, Mr. Hampton accuses the judge of threatening him instead of understanding the normal court procedure. The tension grows even more when the defendant later claims he acted in self-defense, contradicting his own guilty plea. Despite remaining patient throughout the hearing, Judge Simpson eventually pauses the proceedings because the defendant refuses to provide consistent answers. In the end, the defense attorney requests more time to advise Mr. Hampton, and the court schedules another hearing to continue the case later.